Doom, 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 doom. All right, what's up, everybody? My name is Darrell, also known as Coach D, and this is episode number 2 of the World of Coaching podcast. I am here to bridge the gap between helping each and every one who listens to this show better understand the purpose of coaching, the purpose of mentorship, and how impactful it is in the life of the receiver or the mentee or the student or the athlete in their life, whether it be in sports, whether it be in life, whether it be professionally in their career and working environment. So this is episode number 2. And what I would like to do is talk a little bit more about how or why is it important that you have a mentor or coach. So one of the things that I always like to point out is that there are very successful people out there, and if you follow what they did, as they always say, success leaves clues. If you follow what they did, you would be somewhat close to being successful. But the missing piece often is that you don't see those moments where they're sitting with a mentor, they're sitting with a coach, they're sitting with an advisor who is advising them on the steps in which they take so they can confidently take those steps. But if you're not putting that into place, you're often wondering why you don't have the same success if you did the same thing that you saw on the exterior of what that person did. And so when we start thinking about coaching and we start thinking about mentorship, the importance here is that you don't have to go into life alone. You know, whether you are you were raised in a single parent home, whether your parents were always working, there was not really a really strong connection or relationship with your parents or family members, you're often wondering to yourself, why am I having to go through this alone? And you're not, because there's often people who want to help you, especially if they see the potential in you. But in order to see the potential, you have to put forth an effort to show them what you're made of and what you can actually do. So one of the biggest things that you're going to get from this, again, is that you're not alone. Okay. So let's get that understood here, is that you're not alone, and that there's things or people, there's things you can do to get around these people, around people who you can consider a mentor or a coach. One of those first things that you can do is you can pick up a book. Okay. One of the books I'm reading right now is Words into Wealth. It's a book that teaches me how to continuously work on being a better speaker, being a better author, being a better writer. And so if I am looking for someone who can help me in that way, I'm often looking for a person or somebody that is local to me or somebody that I have access to. But we're missing out when we don't look at the books, or we don't look at the things in which we read as mentors or coaches or guides or advisors teaching us the way in which they took so they can get to where they are, which is ultimately the place in which we want to get to. So look at the books that you're examining, or look at the books that you're reading and that you're studying, and see what are some of the common themes that this author is portraying. They can then become a coach or a mentor towards you. The reality here is you have to keep reading their books. You have to keep reading their content and digging into their content to better understand how that person could work in your life based off of the things and the goals that you have set. If you're not doing the book route, which is a simple route and it's pretty much for everyone, what you want to be able to do is you want to find somebody who you can sit down with at a coffee shop, at a library, for lunch or for dinner or for breakfast, anywhere. You can sit down with them and have a conversation. And that conversation consists of a number of things. Hey, how's your personal life going? How's your life professionally? What are some areas that you want to improve? What are some areas that you're doing really well in? And as you're talking and discussing through these things, your mentor can help you develop a path in which you can go in that allows you to feel, again, confident about the steps in which you take. But if you're not seeking out that advice, if you're not seeking out those goals, you wonder why confidence is one of the largest things in which you struggle with, because you don't have somebody who has either done the thing in which you're looking to do, or at least has done something similar to the things in which you have done, so that they can give you some insight into the challenges or the obstacles that you're going to face when you first get into this career, or into this market, or into this business, or into this college. Whatever that goal is, you want to associate with somebody who can at least help you establish a path and be able to confidently be on that path and succeed on that path. Okay. Now, that's the second thing. The third thing that you can do as I always say, whether it's a mentor or a coach, seek out a coach. Okay. And when I say seek out a coach, whether it's you want to be a better pitcher, you want to be a better quarterback, you want to catch the ball, whether you want to be a better student, you want to be a better speaker, you want to participate in decathlons, you want to be a better, a better organizer of events. You like throwing events and parties and socials. So you want to get better at that. You find somebody who has seen some success in that, and you pay them for their time, because what they're doing when you pay them for their time, what they're doing is they're speeding up your time to achievement. Okay. And what a lot of people don't look at is, how long do I have to achieve this, right? Is this a period of 5 years, 10 years? Is this a period of 20 years? How long do I have to achieve this? But one of the things that you're going to find out is that if you have a coach or a mentor, you're going to speed up the time towards your achievement. And that ultimately gets you to your goal faster, right? But it also shows you that you have more time to either develop other skills or develop other areas of your weaknesses to become a better individual holistically. Okay, so the 3 pillars there. One is find a book. That book will help you associate with the things in which the author is teaching you, dig into their content, better understand their content. And then the second thing is you want to find a mentor, whether it's somebody that is close to you, that's local to you. There's also a virtual mentorship. You would find that if you see someone on LinkedIn, and I've done this a number of times, you see someone on LinkedIn who has achieved some of the things in which you have really strived for in the next 5 to 10 years, send them a direct message. Find a way to have a conversation, whether it's a Zoom call, whether it's a Google Meet call, whether it's FaceTime, or even just a phone call. Hey, if you got 5 minutes, I'd love to introduce myself, get a better understanding of, how you have been successful in your career. And if there's any time within your schedule, what is the avenue of being able to set a recurring meeting with you monthly or bi-weekly, whatever frequency you want to set up, monthly or bi-weekly, so that I can continue to bring value back to our conversations with, again, understanding what you have done, but also showing you that I'm not just here to listen to what you've done. I'm also here to put some things into practice. And so whether that in practice into action, and whether that is on the mentor side, you also, again, you want to invest in yourself. One of my bigger sayings is the biggest investment is the investment you make in yourself. And if you're not willing to make that big investment to say, hey, here's a coach. I've seen the work that they've done. I've seen how successful their clients have become. And I want that same success. I know I have to work for it, but I have to show that it's valuable, right? And it's also going to get me to my goals much faster. People always say, the trainer is what helps the person get to that goal faster. And that's one proponent, right? The proponent is the trainer comes up with a plan and can push you, but it still requires you to do the work. But if the trainer's not there, constantly pushing you and nudging you and keeping you on edge, then you will fall back into that comfort zone. And you won't see the success in which you want. So when we start thinking about paying for a coach or for a trainer, what is the desired outcome, right? What is the outcome that you're striving for and that you're seeking? And if that outcome is to get to a goal faster, then yes, you're going to have to make a necessary investment. But if it's to say, hey, I want to take some time, I want to learn as much as I can while I grow, I want to do as much as I can in the midst of the next 2 to 5 years to be better aligned with the market, be a subject matter expert for this area. How I do that can take time, right? I can study in those years. I can continue to perfect my craft, but it doesn't mean that I have to make that investment then. It's all about your strategy. A lot of us don't have a ton of time, right? I'm coming from the mid 30s and I'm making my way up to the 40s. And so there's not a ton of time left compared to some of the folks who are in their 20s. But the reality is I'm willing to take action now more than I ever have, because I've done the years of studying. I've done the years of mentorship and mentoring as well, to see both sides and to see the need for how individuals like myself, as well as those individuals that have come from a similar background than me, how it's important that they have somebody like myself guiding them down the path to find a mentor, to find a coach, to find a trainer or an advisor or a guide to help them stay on the path that they're seeking, but also continue down that path so that they can ultimately feel fulfilled in achieving that success. All right. So that pretty much wraps up this episode. I always like to keep it short, and these are going to be just the personal episodes that I have with myself. If I do have a guest on, the goal is to have a 30-minute show to give you more context to the stories. I may share some stories as well, and for this one, I want to keep it short. I'm really looking forward to the next show. I'm going to have a guest on the show. I'm really excited about this individual. We've worked together over the last the last 5-6 years as coaches, and he's very passionate about coaching, and he makes a lot of sacrifice. So I want you all to be anticipating that interview as well as that episode, which is going to be the next episode, which we're going to record next week. But I'm excited for you guys for that one. I'm also excited for the following episode. I have a friend of mine as well as a classmate that I ran into in Atlanta. This was about a year or two ago. I think it was about 2 years ago. Ran into him at the gym, Lifetime Gym to be exact. Sorry for the plug, Lifetime. Ran into them at the gym, and we had an opportunity to sit down, have some food, have some drinks, and really just kind of discuss a lot of our similarities, a lot of the things that we've gotten into over the years, and the success that we've had post college. And I'm going to have him on the show. There's some exciting things that he's going to talk about on the area of being coached, because he has his own coach in which he's been working with, but also some of the areas in which he's poured back into some community. So I'm looking forward to that for you all as well. There's some exciting things that are happening for the World of Coaching podcast. My hope is that you all get the ability to share this show with someone who is a young adult, a young professional, someone who just doesn't have a ton of guidance, but needs a voice and needs a guide. I want to be that guide for them, and I hope that we can share this message together. All right, bye for now, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.